everybody, it's Cassie again, and I'm here today to talk to you about the book and the movie, The Cat in the Hat. I'm really excited to dig into The Cat in the Hat because it is, of course, a very big childhood classic, and it was one of my favorites as well as a child. So I'm going to talk to you about the book, the movie, their similarities and differences, and then I have a special interview for you guys today about The Cat in the Hat. So let's get started. So the book. The book was published in 1957, of course, by infamous author Dr. Seuss. Almost everybody has heard of and knows Dr. Seuss, and this was one of his pieces of work that is still very popular even to this day. So after 3 years of The Cat in the Hat being released, over 1 million copies of this book was sold, which is amazing, especially for a children's book. And this was also the book that earned Dr. Seuss his original fame. The Cat in the Hat was his masterpiece. It is what gave him the knowing status that he has now today. So the movie, The Cat in the Hat, was released quite a bit later in 2003. It features quite a few famous actors and actresses, such as Mike Myers, who plays the cat, which you can see featured on the cover. It also has Alec Baldwin and Dakota Fanning in this film as well. One really interesting fact about the Cat in the Hat movie is once it was released, Dr. Seuss's widow hated this movie so much that she forbade anyone else to ever make another live action film adaptation of a Dr. Seuss book again. So before this one, they made How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and then they did The Cat in the Hat, and those are the only two Dr. Seuss live action movies that they made because his widow put a stop to it after The Cat in the Hat. Alright, so now I'm going to talk to you about some of the similarities between the book and the movie. The movie, if you watch the beginning and the end, you hear the narrator, which ends up being the cat, and he speaks in rhyme, which I thought was very cute and very clever because, of course, the book is rhyming sequences. So I really liked that they kind of stuck to the rhyme that Dr. Seuss created with this book. They pushed it through and did rhyming in the movie as well. You see that same vague plot line. Of course, the book is about a brother and a sister who is left at home, and a cat comes in and they make bad fun and end up destroying the house. Then at the end, the brother and the sister learn a lesson and the house gets cleaned up before the mother comes home. So you see all of those happening in both the book and the movie. The image of the cat stays the same. As you can see in the book, you have a black and white cat, and he has white gloves, a red bow tie, and a red and white tall striped hat. In the movie, they did a very good job of keeping those same clothing on Mike Myers as the cat. You can kind of see on the cover, you see he's wearing his white gloves, you see the red bow tie around his neck, and he also has that tall red and white striped hat. Thing 1 and Thing 2 were in the book, and they were also in the movie, and they actually did a really good job of keeping their persona the same. In the book, they had this crazy blue hair, and they wore these jumpsuits that said Thing 1 and Thing 2, and they did a really good job of doing that into the movie as well. You see these crazy characters with the wild blue hair and the jumpsuits, and I was really pleasantly pleased to see that they kept that from the book version. Another thing that I was really happy to see in the movie that was in the book is the fish. The fish was present in the movie, and one really cool thing about the fish is that he actually quotes in the movie some of the lines from the book. In the book on page 11, the fish says, "He should not be here, he should not be about, he should not be here when your mother is out." And the fish also quotes those lines in the movie as well after the cat shows up. So I was very pleased to see that they put that little piece of Dr. Seuss originality into the film as well. So although the movie and the book do have quite a few similarities, there are also a vast amount of differences, and I'm just going to go over some of the more obvious ones with you. So first of all, the plot line. Yes, it does go by the similar basic plot line that you see in the book, but the movie takes that basic plot line and it really expands it into something bigger. In the movie that you see the house is completely destroyed. It opens up a portal to another world. they go on this grand adventure looking for a key and looking for their dog, and it's very much expanded into something that it's not in the book. So it's like they took that plot and they took it and ran with it and almost created it into something that it was not in the book. Another thing in the movie is that they took the characters of the children and the mother and they really modernized them to fit today's time. You see the children, Sally, she's got electronic devices, and Conrad's playing video games until it's taken away. It shows the mother working her job at the real estate office. It shows her driving her car. So you see more of a modern day family. Whereas in the book, the characters are very basic. They're given very simple colors and looks, and their definitions, their personalities, everything extra is not mentioned in the book. It leaves everything else pretty much up to your imagination. But in the movie, it really spells out today's modern time family. In the movie, there was also an extra character. The mother had the boyfriend, who was played by Alec Baldwin. In the book, there is no such mention of him, but they create him in the movie, and he ends up being this awful character, and they made him create the conflict between the children and the mother, and he ends up being a very important side character. One small detail is in the book, the brother and sister, the boy remains unnamed, but the girl is named Sally. In the movie, the girl is also named Sally, but the boy has taken on this new character. He is now named Conrad. So I can totally understand that difference between the book and the movie because, you know, of course, the boy had to have a name in the movie, but he remained unnamed in the book. One thing that I really did not like about the movie is all the adult humor that was found in it. To me, when this movie first came out, I was really excited because it was almost like my childhood coming back to life. I could have pictured my 7-year-old self really wanting to watch this movie, but after watching it as an adult, I don't know if I would want my 7-year-old self to watch it because you see a lot of adult humor in there that's not really suitable for young children. You see the cat oogling the mother's picture because she's beautiful. You see use of bleeped out language, but it's very obvious the words that were bleeped out. You see a lot of anger and violence, and you see a lot of double innuendos in there, and it's just, to me, it's just really not suitable for children, and it really brought the movie down in my eyes because just for the fact that this is a classic children's novel, and I don't think that all the adult humor brought into it was necessary. And that was also one of the things that Dr. Seuss's widow did not like and caused her to forbid any more live action movies made of Dr. Seuss's novels. All right, so now that I've told you what I think, I have a really special interview for you guys today, and I really hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed interviewing her. Hey everybody, it's me, Cassie, and I'm here with my interview, Hannah. She is interviewing with me for the book and the movie, The Cat in the Hat. Thank you for interviewing with me, Hannah.
You're welcome, Cassie.
So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So the book and the movie, The Cat in the Hat, is about a very naughty cat.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you think was he the naughtiest in? Was he worse in the book, or was he more bad in the movie?
I think the movie, because he knocked down the whole entire house.
You know what? You're right. He did knock down that whole entire house.
Yeah.
Okay, for a second question. So the little boy and the girl, in the end, they both learned a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So which one do you think they learned a better lesson with? What they went through in the book or what they went through in the movie?
I think the movie.
The movie?
Yeah.
Do you think they learned a big enough lesson where they won't do anything bad like that again?
No.
Me too. So if you had to pick one and say it was the best, which one would you pick? The book or the movie?
The movie.
Why'd you like the movie better?
Because it was really, really cool and I really liked it.
Well, okay. Well, thank you so much, Hannah, for giving me your opinions and what you think about The Cat in the Hat.
Thank you.
All right, so now that you've heard Hannah's opinion on the book and the movie, I'm going to tell you which one that I think is better. I would definitely have to go hands down with the book. The book it's an all-time classic. It is a children's book that has been popular throughout decades. It's even popular now. Dr. Seuss is a name that will probably live on forever and be known forever. And although I think they really tried with the movie, it's nothing like the book, and it just cannot touch what the book has done. So the book, in my opinion, tops way over the movie. So what do you guys think? Do you think the book was better as well? Do you think the movie was not as bad as what I think it was? Let me know in the comments. So thank you for everything, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys next time when we will be talking about World War Z.